We're continuing to talk about humility, and I want to address this aspect of humility, the humility of God. As I heard the voice of many angels around the throne, the living creatures and the elders, and the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000, and thousands of thousands, saying with a loud voice, "Worthy is the Lamb who was slain to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing." Revelations 5. The title Humble God could almost be an oxymoron. God is awesome, filled with glory, power, and might. 10,000 times 10,000 and thousands of angels descending and ascending on his throne. The splendor and majesty that is revealed by this picture in heaven is beyond comprehension. Where does the word humble fit here? Consider this. God became a man. If this is not a profound enough proof of humility, then let's go deeper. He did not only become a man, he became a baby, a vulnerable little baby born of a teenager. God became dependent on human beings to provide his needs. This is nearly unbelievable. And he did not descend from heaven with pomp and spectacular signs. He was born in a tiny occupied nation, an obscure village, in a simple stable. That's a fitting place for a lamb to be born, isn't it? Yes, praising angels announced his arrival to a few shepherds, but I'm sure that while doing so, they were totally amazed at this incredible event. I wonder if they even knew what was happening. They couldn't believe it. The object of their worship had become a baby man. Have you ever been to a developing country? I've had the privilege of going many times, and it's always awesome. God does so many wonderful, powerful things. But the point here, if you have never been there, you are in for a big surprise. It's called culture shock. Some places are absolutely filthy with mounds of garbage and waste in the streets. Houses are made of sticks and mud, and children are dressed in rags. The sight and smells are at times overwhelming at first. God bless the missionary who will spend years of their life amidst that squalor. In fact, it is important to honor those who humble themselves to this extent, leaving the comforts of their home and being poured out as a drink offering. You should regularly pray for the missionaries and support them. But now imagine this. Jesus, the one true God, the glorious creator of heaven and earth, eternally surrounded by palatial comfort and majesty, left his home to dwell among men. What image could portray this act of humility? There's absolutely no comparison. The holiness and perfect purity of God, now submerged in the putrefying sinfulness of a fallen world. Now, please excuse this graphic description, but it could be no less than one of us being lowered into a latrine. This is the love of God. This is the humility of God. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, who being in the form of God, did not consider it robbery to be equal with God, but made himself of no reputation, taking the form of a bondservant, and coming in the likeness of men. Humility, my friends, the humility of God, the humility of Jesus, and now the humility of his son or daughter, the humility of you. You will walk in humility by the grace of God. And this is the word of the Lord for today, my brothers and sisters. He so is at work in your life. Be encouraged. There are great and wonderful things ahead for you. You will come through on the other side. You will be a blessing to many.